All right, now we're into 2012, y'all. 2012. Who do I have here? So we got Cena, Triple H, Ryback, and Team Hell No versus CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, and The Shield. So a little bit different. If you're gonna have Ryback and Punk, I probably wouldn't have done it, but you know, Cena got injured obviously, so Hell in a Cell. You might as well end the streak, but that's where I have the Shield return. No point in saving it for Survivor Series, because Ryback already lost. So it would have been better for the Shield to, you know, their first impact would cause Ryback um, his first loss, not his second loss. You know, nobody cares about that anymore. So yeah, they could break the cell, triple powerbomb Ryback, whatever. Punk gets a clean win. So yeah, no foolishness with Brad Maddox. We don't need that. So yeah, Shield's established. They're established that they're working with Paul Heyman, and then obviously Brock is working with Paul Heyman. So and then uh, Cena can make the return. I believe he does return that anyways. He's helping out Ryback because he has issues with Punk. He also has issues with Brock as well, coming from you know Extreme Rules. And then Triple H can also return and help out Ryback because again he has issues with both Punk from last year and then also Triple Brock Lesnar. They had the SummerSlam match, so you could kind of like return from injury, kind of. And then I just added in Team Hell No just to even out the teams, and eventually they would feud with the Shield down the line. So might as well add them here. And yeah, you could have the Shield talk about its injustice, how Team Hell No, a team that don't even like each other, are running the tag team division, and they can't wait to win it and all that. So yeah, I think it'd be fun. Um, I'd give the Punk's team the win. They could probably pin like Kane or something. The Shield could do that triple power bomb just to really show how impressive they are. Even with Brock and Punk on their team, the Shield are the ones who pretty much kind of get the victory for the team. So that is pretty good. All right, guys. Next, we're in 2013, I believe. So yeah, I'd have Battleground 2013. Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Cody, and Goldust versus Randy and the Shield. So yeah, now I was thinking if I should add the Big Show, and then also add Triple H in the match. Yeah, why not? Why not? Have Big Show on the face team and Triple H on the heel team. So it'll be 5-on-5 now. Um, why not? Because Big Show he kind of cost the Shield the tag titles, and obviously Triple H and Big Show they had some problems there. Big Show knocked them out and all that stuff. So obviously Daniel Bryan got screwed at SummerSlam. So Randy, instead of having the rematch, put them in. Yeah, Bryan could also get screwed at Night of Champions. So instead of having the Big Show, I wasn't really a fan of that. You have uh, Daniel continues chase. He obviously has his friends Cody Rhodes and Goldust, and yeah, can have CM Punk also help out Daniel Bryan because he knows that like, the system's trying to keep him down and all that, and he hates Triple H. Could also build to like what they were building, Triple H and CM Punk at WrestleMania 30. Yeah, and then I'd have who'd I have win this match? Yeah, I'd have to Faces win actually. Get Daniel Bryan get the win. You don't want to keep him too cold. I feel like. Um, and then after this match, this is when the Wyatt family could attack Daniel Bryan, slow building the Bray Wyatt Daniel Bryan feud, which I think would be fun. So yeah, again, Daniel Bryan kind of gets his comeuppance against the Authority for now, and then he eventually will come back and reclaim his title. So I like that. And then we got 2014 Extreme Rules. Yeah, Daniel Bryan and the Shield. Now the Shield are with Daniel Bryan. Look how that turns out. Versus Evolution along with Corporate Kane. Um, yeah. So I don't know if you guys remember what happened. The Raw after WrestleMania 30, the Shield came down to save Daniel Bryan, and yeah, that would be the feud basically. Obviously Daniel Bryan has history with all four of these guys. He beat Triple H, he beat Randy Orton, and he beat Batista at WrestleMania. Team Hell No he has history with Team Hell No, and obviously the Shield were working under the Authority, Triple H, Randy Orton, and they finally had enough of the Authority and turning face and helping Daniel Bryan. So fun match. I give Daniel Bryan the win. He could pin Kane, and this also after this would lead to Shield versus Evolution in 6-man tag matches and all that, which will definitely be good. Um, Now we got a 2015. Be Undertaker, Kane, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose versus the Wyatt family. So coming from SummerSlam, um, they what happened at SummerSlam? Yeah, Reigns obviously and Ambrose, they defeated, I believe, the Wyatt family. The next night, that's when Braun Strowman returned. So, and then I have this at Survivor Series actually, yeah. And then I have in the so obviously Bray, I believe he like attacked Undertaker, and then they also attacked Kane. Um, and then obviously, so yeah, so Ambrose and Reigns, they still got history of the Wyatt family. Taker and Kane, they now have history of the Wyatt family, so it makes sense for, you know, it's pretty cool. Like two brothers of two teams, but they're obviously not real brothers. But the way they've been booked and to the WWE fans that they are brothers, so it's kind of cool. Versus the Wyatt family, also not brothers, but they're also a family. So nice little dynamic there. And Undertaker got the pin on Bray. I believe it was a special. Was it like 25 years of Taker or something? So yeah, they definitely needed to win. They also pinned the Wyatt family like in real life in that tag match. So yeah, definitely give them a win. And yeah, cool to see Taker in the War Games match. And then we got 2016. Yeah, so I have it at Battleground 2016. The Shield and John Cena versus the Club, AJ Styles as well, and mystery partner Hideo Itami, who is also part of the Bullet Club. So Battleground, yeah, you can have obviously. Um, I wouldn't have the Shield triple threat match at Battleground. I'd save it for SummerSlam and to piss off all the members. The club can say, hey, you guys are main eventing SummerSlam, but you guys are not even the best three out here. We challenge you to a match at Battleground. So they make it a War Games match, and each team has to find obviously one more member. Cena would return after the beatdown and say he's in, and then obviously, Seth doesn't really like Cena because of their history. Um, so he's in, and then also Cena has kind of history with the Shield. The Shield attacked him at Survivor Series when he debuted. They could mention that, and then yeah, Hideo Itami could be the surprise team member. He could, they could. His reveal could be at the pay per view. I believe he came back from injury. He had a couple injuries for a bit. I think it'd be cool. It could be a one off where he goes back down to NXT, but I think it would be cool to have him there. And yeah, I'd give the club the win. Have the Shield, have a little bit of problems. Maybe Roman accidentally spears Ambrose or Rollins, and then AJ could take advantage of it, hit the phenomenal forearm, and yeah, the club get the win. And yeah, kind of builds them as a top faction. Obviously, AJ kind of needed it going into SummerSlam. And then it builds the tension between the Shield guys for their triple threat match. All right, 2017. The TLC pay per view would have the War Games match. Yeah, maybe you could switch the name of the pay per view. But I'd have the Shield and Braun Strowman versus the Miz, the Bar, and Kane. So, um, yeah, obviously the bar um, feuded with you know Ambrose and Rollins at SummerSlam. I believe they even had a match at No Mercy, so kind of go from there. Uh, Braun versus Lesnar. This is kind of where I'd have Kane return. He eventually did return, so have him kind of cost the Braun the match against Lesnar. And yeah, Reigns and Miz, they were going on to feud as well. So um, yeah, because Reigns wants the IC belt. You could even have Kane, Miz hire Kane to cost Roman a match against the Miz, and then yeah, that's where Braun can try to get his revenge. And Braun, he has problems with Reigns obviously, but he's willing to put that aside to team up with them at War Games. Should be a fun match. Obviously, this was when Reigns he got sick or whatever, and they needed to replace him. And yeah, I'll be fine with Kurt Angle being in War Games. I mean, I really can't think of anyone else. Yeah, so yeah, it just feels weird having Angle in War Games because yeah, but I can't really think of anyone else. So yeah, we'll put Angle in War Games. And yeah, heck, let him even get the win. Have him pin Miz. You know, good feel good moment, and maybe you can have an Angle Miz match down the line. I feel like they underutilized Kurt, especially as GM. He could have had more matches, definitely. So yeah, should be a fun match. Probably be better than that cluster match where it was um the Bar, Miz, and Kane versus and Strowman. Right? It was like 5-on-3 versus the Shield and Kurt Angle. Nah, that was too much. Yeah, Warriors definitely be better than that. All right, now we got 2018 Evolution, the first women's pay per view. We got the four horsewomen: Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, and Bailey versus the MMA four horsewomen: Ronda, Shayna, Jasmine Minduke, and Marina Shafir. Why not have this match? I was looking like there's no other time to have this match. This is Evolution. There's no brand, SmackDown, Raw. All women are on the show. NXT, so it doesn't matter. Let's have it. Plays up to the feud that Becky, she's obviously set to face Ronda, so she kind of starts talking shit about Ronda, and Ronda, is willing to challenge her. And yeah, you know, you have Charlotte. It's kind of weird because Becky was a face. Becky was a heel at this time. Technically, Charlotte was a face. Ronda was a face at this time. Technically, um, but yeah, I'd kind of turn Ronda heel here. This is where I build the heel turn. Have Ronda, Becky. They kind of had that confrontation to hype up Survivor Series. That's when the four horsewomen come. They jump Becky, and Becky's like next week. She's like, all right, you want to come do that again? And then they start to surround her. Say, I got backup. Charlotte comes out, Sasha and Bailey, and Charlotte says, even though I got problems with Becky, I got problems with women claiming that they're the four horsewomen when we're the four horsewomen, and then obviously Sasha and Bailey, they're gonna ride out as well for the four horsewomen. So yeah, this is definitely main event. Um, be awesome match. Who would I give the win? That's tough. Yeah, I don't know. Nah, you gotta give the WWE horsewoman the win. Becky could tap out Jasmine and Duke or Shafir, so it keeps Ronda strong. 2020, 2019. Sorry. Um, yeah, we do this at Extreme Rules. Why not? Seth, Roman, and the Usos versus AJ, Finn, and the Club. Um, yeah, this is. I don't even know how to really. I just So Seth was the champion, obviously. I'd have him and AJ had a match, so AJ get pissed that he lost and all that. He turned heel with the club. That's when Roman would come save him and all that, and then have the club also jump. Finn would eventually join. He did jump both of them, and that's when the Usos come out and say, Roman's family, and if Seth is family to Roman, then he's family too. So kind of like a face bloodline. We don't get there yet, but I think it'd be a fun match. I give Seth the win. Seth was pretty hot that year. I'd have him, curb stomp, Carl Anderson or something, and they get the win. All right, now we're at 2020, the pandemic era. I also have this probably at Extreme Rules as well. I have the Hurt Business. Yes, Bobby, MVP, Shelton, and Cedric versus Drew McIntyre, who is the world champion, and the New Day. So I believe I'm starting to get these pay per views mixed up. I believe they fought Drew and Bobby at Backlash. So yeah, kind of continuation of their feud, and obviously the Hurt Business. They're claiming they're the best faction. So yeah, kind of have the faction war there, and continue the Drew Bobby match or the rivalry. And yeah, I'd give Drew and his team the win in 2021. 2021. Yeah, the bloodline has been formed already, as we all know. Um, Obviously Solo wasn't there yet, but I have the Survivor Series, the New Day, and Drew McIntyre. So Drew Day kind of playing off, last year, them beating the Hurt Business versus the Bloodline and Seth Rollins, which also plays out 2018 when they're all faces, ironically, and they beat the club. Now they're all heels. Yeah, so obviously the New Day, they feuded with the Bloodline at Survivor Series is Raw versus SmackDown, obviously. So Big E's the champ, Roman's the champ, and I have New Day and Usos each the tag team champions. So that's cool. And then you have Drew and Roman. Drew and Big E. They had a fun match at Super Showdown. So just kind of respect there. And Seth, he kind of joins as well. He has issues with Drew, being the man on Raw and all that. So it kind of plays off. I believe they had matches as well where Drew beat him to retain the belt. So and then also, yeah, I think Drew also has history with Roman because they're both champs at one point. So yeah, it should be fun. And yeah, I'd actually give the Bloodline the win just because we're establishing Roman. Um, yeah, and then now we're finally here, 2022. What is my idea for this year? Of course, you gotta have the Bloodline. I'm having all five of them. Why not? Roman Reigns, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, and yes, the honorary Us Sami Zayn versus. I just made this up. Europerium. So it's gonna be Drew, Sheamus, and Imperium. Europerium. So kind of Europerium. Obviously, Drew has history with Roman and the Bloodline. Um, and then yeah, we just saw this is the last SmackDown. The Brawling Brutes. They kind of fought the Usos for the titles. They could have something where the Brawling Brutes are fighting Imperium. Usos come out, accidentally cost Imperium the match, and yeah, kind of builds tension there. And then Gunther's pissed now that the Bloodline, they're coming in their business. And Drew says, let's team up. Sheamus and Gunther, they had the respect after their match. I believe they're having a match on SmackDown. So um, yeah, and they have mutual respect. So and they all don't like the Bloodline now. So yeah, I think this would be a fun match. Um, Got to give the Bloodline a win. I could see Sammy messing up. Yeah, maybe Sammy messes up and Gunther pins him and kind of builds to a Gunther Roman match, maybe at the Rumble or something, which would be crazy. And slowly builds, them getting pissed at Sammy and kicking him out the group. Yeah, so that is my booking for this year. Again, any other ideas? I was thinking, Bray and Braun, because, got the White Rabbit thing going. Maybe do Bray, Braun, Drew, Killian Cross, and Sheamus, maybe. So you kind of keep Imperium face. Um, or we could, have Drew, Sheamus, and Imperium. So you guys tell me which one is a better idea. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think Bray, Braun, Drew, uh, Killian Cross, and Sheamus may be the better five, just because Braun and Bray obviously got history with Roman, because that was the match Roman became champion in that triple threat. You know what I'm changing it. Braun, Bray, Drew, and Sheamus and Killian Cross versus the Bloodline. So yeah, just because if Bray's gonna return with this White Rabbit stuff, he's gotta be in War Games, and I'd actually give him the win. He'd be the one to pin Sami Zayn, and then you could build to the Fiend and Roman maybe at the Royal Rumble, which would definitely be awesome. So yeah, guys, this is me booking War Games from 2001 to 2022. It's a long video, but I appreciate it if you guys, watch the whole thing and let me know what other ideas you got for War Games and, which years, you would change from my bookings. And, yeah, man, much love and respect, peace, and War Games.